My name is Marco Gonzalez. I'm the owner of the Gonzalez Law Group. We represent Sarah Olson in a family divorce matter. I know I've said that before. I know y'all are not here to hear from me, but I just kind of just thank y'all for coming on out because I know it's been a couple of weeks. I know people have been wanting to hear from Sarah, the mother of young Samuel, and so I just it's been some time for her to I guess cope with everything and her to get her emotions in order and enough time for her to be ready to speak with y'all. But with that being said, I'm gonna pass it over to Miss Sarah Olson.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I guess I'm gonna start off by asking if we could just take a minute to have a moment of silence for my son and just pray for him. I don't really know how to do this sort of thing, so just if y'all have any questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability.
Sarah, first, can you just talk to us about the toys you brought?
Yeah, Sam was obsessed with Toy Story ever since he was a baby. He loved Toy Story, and Buzz and Woody, those two were his favorite, but he loved all of them. He loved Toy Story.
How are you holding up now in light of everything you've been through?
I'm holding up. I just, it's hard. I'm just taking it day by day. Nobody ever expects something like this. I still am trying to, understand things.
In your statement, you talked about your ex being charged. No one's been charged with murder yet, obviously. What do you hope as far as perhaps upgraded charges and other people being charged?
I believe the police have all the information that they need. And as far as charges, they know what they're going to do.
What would you say to Teresa Balboa? At one point, she had, apparently told police that you had the boy. Now she's the one facing a charge in connection with the case. What would you say to her?
I have nothing to say to her.
What do you miss the most about your son?
Having him. He was sweet. He was very obedient. He was definitely a mama's boy.
So, Sarah, you were trying to go through the legal ways of getting him back in your possession.
Yes, I was. Dalton took Sam last January in 2020 and never returned him. Actually told me that I would never speak to him again. And I called police after police trying to figure out what I could do, and it was a civil matter. So I had to take it to court. And, things can be slow.
When was the last time you were able to spend time with
May 31st of 2020. It was his birthday party.
Can you talk more about what that interaction was like? Do you remember what happened? Your moments with him?
Yeah, when I got there, he told me, "I knew you would come for me." And, you know, he just basically stood with me the whole time. And I was planning on taking him home that day, but I was stopped.
So were you able to talk to him on the phone or communicate with him at all? Not at all.
Dalton, no. I was not allowed.
What would you say about Dalton's choices as a parent? With who, you know, who was taking care of Sam?
I don't know how to comment on that anymore. I don't know.
Where were you when you found out from the news that the body was identified as Samuel's, and what went through your mind?
Well, when I found out there was a body, I was actually downtown Houston Police Department, and I just walked out and had my phone in the car, and that's when I heard that there was a body. And I don't know, when they gave me a couple of days, you know, they knew it was him right away. I just...
I would assume you want justice, but what does justice look like for you, or what would that mean for you?
For the people involved to get, you know, legally what they deserve. And just a lot of change needs to happen in the legal system, among the people, among parents. You know, it's not just my kid. It's not just me. It's a lot of people going through the same, not the same thing, but the same thing. And something needs to be done.
And has Samuel been laid to rest? Has there been a funeral, or what?
He is currently at the funeral home still.
Anything you want to say to the public? This case has obviously captured the attention of our community. Anything you'd like to let people know about that we haven't asked?
I don't know.
Well, we both spoke with the new police chief, Troy Finner. We had a conversation, me, Sarah, and Mr. Finner, and Mr. Finner assured Sarah that he's got everybody on it, and that anybody who is liable in any way, you know, on any part of this is going to be brought to justice. And I truly, you know, believe Mr. Finner and his words and his sincerity. There's been a lot of lies, you know, on the other side concerning this from the start. For them to try to put it on my client Sarah with that concocted story about somebody impersonating a police officer was absolutely, you know, insane. You know, and for, you know, Sarah to have to hear that, you know, but that she was trying to put some blame, you know, for this was absolutely absurd. And I mean, it's just been really tough, you know, with Sarah right now. You know, young Samuel has not been able to be completely laid to rest because now that there's some I guess details, you know, with the death certificate and everything that we need to hash out and iron out, you know, and Sarah wants a cremation, you know, for young Samuel, and so we need hopefully the cooperation of Dalton, you know, to get this done. But so that seems like what's holding things up right now. And that's very unfortunate, right now. So I mean, obviously we will keep y'all posted, on that, so that way, Samuel can completely be laid to rest here shortly. But we just want to make sure that everybody that had any kind of involvement, with Samuel's murder, is brought to justice. And I just hope that from all these lies that have been said, the truth will come out. And I know that's what Sarah wants. I know she's, still in distress, obviously, and as any parent would in this situation. But hopefully the truth will come out, and people that will stop their lies, and this investigation will move forward, and everybody involved will be taken care of.
When was your meeting with the chief?
We met, was it last week? Last week. I met with him in person like 2 weeks ago, and then we spoke on the phone again with him last week on this. And his emotions, from Mr. Finner, seemed very sincere, and he was, very adamant about telling Sarah that he's got everybody on it, doing everything they can. And I know these type of situations take, some time, especially when people are gonna keep on with lies and not come forward with the truth. But hopefully with all the investigators, they're doing their job, then the truth will be found out. So Mr. Finner, wanted to speak with Sarah, and I know Sarah, has been reluctant to speak to the media. I mean, because, this is, kind of overpowering, as well, to be on this side, there's about a dozen, cameras, on her right now. And so obviously she wasn't ready, for this, but, she had the courage, at least enough to speak with Mr. Finner over the phone on a three-way call last weekend, and he gave her a bunch of assurances, and I know Mr. Finner will come through on his word. And the whole, police department and everybody involved, the DA's office, everything, should do their job for Samuel's sake, because that's what, Sarah wants the most is, justice for her son, the truth to come out, because, it's just, horrible set of facts, horrible set of facts.
Sarah, have you spoken with Olsen recently?
Sarah, do you believe there is somebody else involved besides Balboa?
I do.
Who? Talk this one, sir.
The police know. The police will find out. But yes, I do. I do believe that it is more than just her.
Any idea why? Why would Sam be killed?
I have no idea.
Can you share with us your favorite memory, your best memory of your son?
I mean, I always loved when he called me beautiful.
Sarah, do you believe Dalton is involved?
I do. I don't see how he couldn't. With all the evidence that has now been brought to life, how are you not involved?
So do you think that you'll have a public memorial, or will it be private?
I'm not sure yet.
Do you recall what were your last words to him on that May 21st party you were able to see him?
Yeah, I told him I loved him and that everything would be okay.
Was that at Dalton's mother's house?
It was.
And that was what the Galveston incident was?
It was.
Based on? What do you think about them dropping those charges?
Well, I'm glad because I was innocent.
But you know, when she says, you know, system needs to change, you know, she said it was a lot due to that incident where where she was innocent, just trying to take matters in her own hands because she rightfully was supposed to have possession, you know, of Samuel. And with the pandemic hitting, you know, too much, you know, earlier court shutting down, the whole world changing, she went to go try to get, you know, her baby, you know, back. And so she felt she was innocent, but because of that has led to a whole bunch of other things with the system that has, you know, prevented her from being with Samuel. And it's very unfortunate. And like she said, me and her have had several talks, you know, because it's not just her. You know, there's a lot of others that are watching this right now, that will be watching this, that feels the same way, that the system let them down, And, you know, so I mean, it's not going to stop even with this investigation. I mean, my law office, you know, is here to make changes. And, you know, we've done a lot for a lot of other people, but, you know, we got to change the system. And, you know, and if it doesn't start with us, you know, who's it's going to start with? So, you know, there's a lot that's going to be coming out of my law office, you know, and to try to right, you know, a lot of wrongs with different systems, with the criminal system, family law, you know, system, and others. So, along, you know, with Sarah's help and also, you know, in remembrance and fighting, you know, for her son, you know, as well too. So, I mean, I know, you know, she's being very courageous, you know, up here, being in front of all of y'all and taking y'all's questions, you know, but, you know, every time that me and her talk, you know, it's just, you know, about Sam, and she doesn't want people to forget her little boy, doesn't want to, you know, anybody to forget, you know, these insane set of facts that were thrown out, especially, you know, I mean, for Balboa to participate with, you know, EquiSearch on trying to find the body, passing out flyers, you know, I mean, and her trying to pin it on Sarah. I mean, it's just it's tough to understand why humans do certain things, and then so I mean, I know this is, you know, very tough for her, and, you know, I'm very proud, you know, of you, Sarah, for coming on out and being able to speak with everybody, because I know everybody wanted to hear from you, so I'm very proud of you. You know, but, you know, she's being proud, and she's, well, I'm proud for her. She's being courageous for her son, you know, he was a very cute, you know, boy, and I know she loved him a lot, and so, you know, just want justice for Samuel. But any other questions, anybody?
Have you had any interaction with Balboa?
Other than last year at the birthday party, she said hi to me. No. I've never met her other than that.
So you had no idea she was in the care of your son at all?
I thought Dalton had him. I thought he was good with his dad.
Anybody else? No? All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.